The Chicago Bears are about to prove the haters wrong. What's up, Bears fans? My name is Colin. This is the NFC North Guys. Every single day, breaking down content around the Bears, Vikings, Lions, and Packers. If you want a home, if you're looking for a home of news around the Bears, just analytically driven stuff, me and my friends are dropping content every single day. But today, again, I want to talk about the Bears and why they are going to prove the haters wrong. I'm not natively a Bears fan, so I have a little bit more of an objective perspective, I think, on this. And I maybe I have some NFC North bias within this, but there's a lot of national media that's talking really negatively about the Bears. But frankly, even as a Lions homer, as a guy who'd be rooting for the Lions, there's a lot to be really excited about this team, especially when they're playing Rams at home in the weather. I'm going to give you 5 reasons today why I think they can prove the haters wrong. But again, there's a lot of people saying a lot of different things about the Bears, specifically how Caleb Williams is struggling in structure and that he's never going to be a complete quarterback. But frankly, from where he was last year to where he is now, and the weapons that you guys have with Luther Burden and Roma Dunze and Colston Loveland and even the running back Manungai and just all of it, like DJ Moore, all of it. Like, he is showing a huge level of promise. I'd trade Jared Goff in a moment for Caleb Williams. I was there. I got to see Caleb Williams drafted. And as a Lions fan, I was like mortified by that. But not only that, you guys have overall, the people say like, oh, you guys have massive overall inconsistencies on offense and defense. Yeah, you guys struggle on defense, but where it matters most, you guys are elite. You are leading the NFL in point differential, rather turnover differential. But there's guys like David Carr as well who say things like this, that the Rams are going to humiliate the Bears. And he's even saying that the Rams are going to come in and beat the Bears by 21 points at Soldier Field in the cold weather. That's bonkers to me. I don't know. That maybe you should go on X right now and maybe at David Carr, go send him a message and tell him what's up. But for me, I do not think that is going to happen. Let me know down in the comments what you think, Bears fans. How many points do you think that you're going to beat the Rams by? Is it going to be a close game? Are you guys going to win by 1 to 10 points, or what's it going to be? But overall, there's just a lot of skepticism around the Bears and a lot of lack of trust from experts. And I think even for you as Bears fans, you're like acknowledging, man, there is some inefficiencies, or there is some deficiencies rather, on our team. But you know what? A year ago, if I were to tell you that you guys would win the North, that you'd win a playoff game, that you have the coach of your future, the quarterback of the future, and you're going into the divisional round against a hot Rams team, or a Rams team actually it's got some weaknesses in the back end, like, you'd be ecstatic. You'd be over the moon about what that would mean for you as a fan, but for your franchise and the fan base again as a whole. But a couple things here that I want to talk about. First and foremost, I've already alluded to this, but this is an insane stat, and one that has some difficulties, but one that's amazing. The Bears committed a league low 11 offensive turnovers, right? 7 interceptions, 4 fumbles, but you've generated 33 total takeaways. 23 interceptions, 10 fumble recoveries. Again, a league best 22 turnover differential. Matthew Stafford, as a quarterback, has thrown 8 interceptions this season. Not only that, Kyren Williams has been a fumbling machine. I'm looking at this Bears opportunistic defense and just the way that you guys have, from punching the balls out to getting in the right place at the right time, from, acquiring Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and just letting him loose and letting him do his thing. You guys are primed and in a perfect position to absolutely take the ball away from the Rams offense and really lead to a great game. I think the Bears ball hawk D is ready to feast on Stafford's mistakes. And again, looking at Kyren Williams and even Blake Corum to some degree, that you guys could absolutely turn the ball over, and turnovers equal touchdowns. When you guys have Caleb Williams and all of those offensive weapons and Kyle Manungai and the way your offensive line is playing, Chicago is about to steal the show and really run to the championship game. But here's another one, and this has been talked about ad nauseum, but the Rams have their offensive deficiencies when they go on the road when it's cold. Now, I don't need to revisit all of those things, but again, it's something that's in my mind of just realizing the Rams are going to freeze in the cold. The Bears are going to thrive in it. You guys have already played a handful of games this season in the cold tundra that is Soldier Field, and even some other environments. But overall, it's a pretty 19 to 20 degrees at kickoff, the wind chill of -1 or up to -11, 18 to 21 mile per hour winds with gusts up to 30 miles per hour, and a possible light snow. I believe in all of that you guys, again, will take that Arctic blast and you'll use it as a weapon, especially at home with your fans, your defensive, opportunistic defense against the Rams offense, and really turn the LA Rams into snowmen. You guys are going to heat up. They're going to freeze. But hey, couple other things here. The Rams defense early this season was really, really good, averaging less than 20 points per game in the first half of the season, given up on defense. But in the later parts of the season, they've really struggled. And actually, I look at your run offense, which we'll talk about again in a moment, but I also look at their run defense and just how as a unit, especially as you're entering this colder away environment in the playoff conditions, I do believe that the Bears absolutely could, with their offensive efficiency, take advantage of the Rams defense. The Bears, as you know, ranked 9th in total scoring at almost 26 points per game, a total yards of almost 370 yards per game, and 3rd in rushing overall. Again, when you look at the Bears rushing game, it's more, actually 141.3 rather yards per game. I did not think at the beginning of this season that Kyle Monangai, DeAndre Swift would be that sort of tandem. And honestly, it's pretty amazing. Your offensive line, your rushing attack has been way better than I think a lot of people, except for maybe Adam Rank, thought that it would be. But again, the Rams defense seems to be crumbling later on in the season. The Bears ground game will absolutely bulldoze through, and especially if it gets a little bit snowy, this is perfect for you guys. Swift and company, Monangai are primed to dominate and throw a knockout punch to this team. But a couple other things here I want to talk about. Again, looking at the NFL rushing leaders, the Rams are 7th in rushing yards per game. We can see it right here on the screen. They're averaging 126 yards per game in the regular season. And you know what? As a Bears fan, I would be really concerned about that. I can't just flip the script and be like, all right, if it's snowy for them, it's not snowy for you. There is some conditions that are going to make this a little bit hard. But the Bears defense, I do believe, is going to come alive in this game, and especially with the home field advantage, especially with the crowd noise. If you're going to the game, you've got to go insane for this. But the Rams are averaging, yes, 126 yards per game offensively, and the Bears, even from a sack or a pressure total, are doing pretty well this season. Now, they're not crazy good. I mean, they're like 20th in the NFL, but this is going to be the difference for me in this game is can your pass rush show up in this game against an offensive line that doesn't have the best tackles in the NFL, regardless of the rushing stats of the Rams. I do believe that you guys can get after the quarterback in this game and really reduce especially the red zone efficiency, which again, the Rams ranked 7th overall in red zone efficiency. They're getting a touchdown about 63% of the times, but if you guys can stuff the run and swarm Stafford in the red zone, the Bears defense will absolutely lead the Rams to dead drives and potentially Stafford picks and hopefully Stafford packing. But a couple other things here. The last thing I want to talk about is just a beautiful reality. This stat right here is the NFL second team second half points per game. Now, the Bills are up there, the Rams are up there, but also you guys are up there. This is going to be a battle of two strengths. And so the second half of this game might be the best second half really in all the divisional games this year. But the Bears rank 3rd again overall in second half scoring, only allowing 14, or they're gaining 14.9 points per game. Now they're only just outscored here by the Rams by just 0.2 points, but even within that, I think the Bears will own the second half, especially again just maybe continually hitting this drum with the opportunistic defensive ball hawk capabilities that you guys have. Not only that, like just coming off this really hot win, you guys had Caleb Williams throw for 190 yards in the fourth quarter of the wild card game. He was scrambling the ball well. 3.3 seconds in time to throw, which was incredible. Extra time, but then the Bears, of course, overall had that 18-point comeback against the Packers. Now, when I look at this Rams team and in the game that you're going to have to play against them, they almost lost to the Panthers. They just about lost to a team that shouldn't even have been in the playoffs in the first place. That Panthers team was a team that had a negative record. The only reason they got in is because of the way the playoff seeding works, and they were the NFC South winners. The Bears own the second half of games, both offensively and defensively. Magic legs with Caleb Williams, and even a comeback, maybe turnover or two, can crush the Rams when it counts most. But in all of it, I do believe that the Bears win. It's going to be a high-scoring game. This is going to be a 30-32 type of game. I do have personally the Bears winning this game. Let me know your score prediction down below. But in all of it, again, we are the NFC North guys.